Hello, Myles Smith.
Hello. How are you?
How is that Myles Smith do to shift? Because I know your story. You told me that you have been through pain in your body, through going through surgeries, 25 surgeries, right?
Yes.
So there's the element of feeling pain in the body, and then there's elements of challenge in life that you call roadblocks. And you
Yes.
say that when you have a roadblock in front of you, the first thing you do is to remove the roadblock or go around it, right? If you can't remove it, go around the roadblock.
Yes.
So I would like you to tell us more about how you really do this.
The roadblocks that we have in life sometimes just pop up. We don't have a real choice in their being there. We just have the choice and the responsibility to ourselves to either use these roadblocks as a learning experience, and if we can't do that, just go around them. Find another way around the roadblocks of life. And as an analogy of that, say that you're going from your house to the supermarket, and at the end of the block, you come to the stop sign and you find that one way is blocked, the most direct route is blocked, but you can go turn left, so to speak, and you're going to have to go through the community, or you're going to have to take the long way around. So what? Look at it as you're taking the scenic route, if nothing else, but you're going to get to your final destination. You just have to figure out that road, or figure out the way around it, and use that and learn. Like I say, learn from it. Enjoy the drive too, if nothing else. In that analogy, just enjoy the drive, because you might not see that part of the community for a while.
I love that analogy of the roadblock, Myles. And I would really want to tap into your, into yourself, into your mind, into your feelings. Tell me, like, when you are there and you're about to do another surgery and it hurts, so then you really have physical pain. You said that sometimes you have medication and you're feeling, numbed by those medications. So how do you do when you are in those moments that are so hard? How do you do to shift? So you're feeling like so defeated and so blah. And how do you go over or around this specific roadblock? How does Myles do?
Well, I go into what we call level 2 energy, and that is action. Whenever I feel myself get droopy, so to speak, I automatically find an action to get me moving. Yes, I might get droopy about something, but at the same time, almost instantaneously, I get mad also. And I shouldn't say mad in the anger. I get upset to the point of, I'm going to do something about this. And that's what I do, is I do something. And even whenever I would be laying there on the hospital surgery table and waiting for that, I looked at it as, this is going to relieve this or that pain, or it will make my life better. And that's where everything in life has a purpose. Mm-hmm. And everything can be seen from the side of negativity or positive. Mm-hmm. And you can look at it and say, oh my God, this is the worst thing. No, it's not. There are a lot worse things that could be happening. I like to joke from time to time that during those times I would wake up and I would look at my toe, my left big toe, and say, well, there's no tag there. I would look at my right foot and look at the toe and go, nope, no tag there. It's a great day. I'm alive and I'm ready to go. And that's the thing. There's no toe tag. You don't have a toe tag on, so you've got the world ahead of you.
Yeah.
You can get up and do it. Yes, it might be hard at times, and it may be not just a physical struggle. I understand that. Mental struggles are just as debilitating, but you can do it.
Yeah.
You can pick yourself up, and you don't. And when I say pick yourself up, that does not mean that the person has to make a radical change from sitting, working with a walker. In my case, I was on a walker for quite a number of months.
Mm-hmm.
To go from that to where I walk with a cane, actually a tall staff, really now, because it's just easier for me. But anyway, to go from walker to cane was not an overnight thing. It took a lot of little steps along the way. And that's the same thing with everything else in life. If you're facing something that has got you down, that's normal.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. It's part of life.
Yeah.
What you do with that is you learn. You take the responsibility on yourself to learn from it, to gain from it,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to teach others from it, and to pull yourself a little bit at a time. Not everyone goes from crawling to walking. I've got a 3-year-old grandson who loved the little fellow, but he didn't jump up and start running. A couple of years ago, he crawled around and then picked himself up and started walking.
Yeah.
He fell. That was expected. It's expected of us as we are transitioning out of a serious issue in our life. We may fall.
Yeah.
It's not a fail. That's a fall. Difference. You don't go from crawling to running overnight. You go from crawling to crawling a little bit faster and standing up from time to time, falling,
I
and
love
picking
your
yourself.
analogy. I love your analogies. It's so good. Yes, and then it's just like it's almost like this. You look at yourself and you say, "What's another way to look at this situation that I could benefit from?" So you say, "What am I gaining from this? What am I learning from this that will make me a better person?" And then you have that. You hold that perspective in your heart, and then when you see, instead of using a wheelchair or something, you're now on a cane, and then you were progressing until you're like, okay, now I don't need it anymore. And I remember you also mentioned something about gratitude, that the feeling of gratitude is important to you. So can you tell me, how do you tap into gratitude when you're really feeling blah and nothing is really pleasing you at that moment? How do you how do you get that vibe of gratitude when you're like, really, I hate my life, or I'm suffering so much, and how do you get there?
Uh, Suffering, or we all suffer.
Pain is inevitable. Suffering is an option.
Yes, yes. And suffering proves to us that we're alive. That's the first gratitude that you can take from that is, yes, there were times I woke up in pain, a lot of them, in fact, through all that. And I still do have my issues with pain, but it proves to me, once again, with each and every one of those, that I'm alive.
Yeah.
When I go work in the yard, and I love digging in the dirt and gardening and everything, but I can't do it like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
That's then. This is now. It's a new normal for me, as they say. So what? I'm still alive and able to get out and get my hands dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And that pain, for just that right there, just the the pain, we'll address that to start with. That waking up with that every morning told me I'm alive. I have another day to live. I have another day that I can do, fill in the blank.
Right.
I can do this. I woke up.
Yeah.
That's a start right there, you know.
I love that.
And then from there, be grateful for that. And gratitude isn't just for yourself also. It is, you look out the window. You're in a house that has a window, or you're in a building that has a window. If you're not, you're still able to enjoy this beautiful earth, this beautiful world that we have. And hey,
that is amazing. It's very nice. Thank you so much. And I want to also to make to clarify here that if you are watching this video because you still resonate what Myles is talking about, pain in the body, it's something that I hope inspires you to really shift and get that strength. Because as Myles was reminding us here, suffering is an option. And you can decide not to suffer and instead look at the world and life itself calling you to live, right? You look at through the window and see life everywhere and get the things, the little things that you love to do, and then let those things call you. Like Myles was the gardening, was the hand on the dirt. Even though he was not able to really be as he used to be, he still, thrives on just knowing that there is dirt there, there is flowers, that there is life outside, and that's what gives him that positiveness and the hope he needs to shift to hora, right? From blah to hora. And if you're not going through any physical problem situation, perhaps your thing is an emotional situation that you're going through. It's not any challenge on your body, but there is a challenge on your mind. The way you're thinking is defeating you, it's creating you so much pain. So look at these words that Maya just said here today and use them for your benefit. Get something that you can be grateful for and look at what you're going through as a roadblock. You can go around it. You can jump it, right? And if you're strong enough and you get some anger, you move it out of the way, right, Myles?
That's exactly it. You push it out of the way, and if you see that it's immovable or that you can't get around it, hey, take a different route. There are all kinds of ways around everything. And that's just one of those, find an alternate way of doing things and looking at things. That's another thing that I would like to mention is reframe and your situation. Take another look at it, step back and look at it from someone else's viewpoint. Emotional pain is real, and it is just as debilitating. You can move out of it. It's not something that you have to do overnight. I know I keep going back to that. Take little steps and move forward. A little step today, another little step tomorrow, and another step the day after. Before long, you've gotten yourself on down the road a little ways. And keep on doing that. All of a sudden, you're a mile down the way. Next thing you know, you're 10 miles down the way and can't see where you were before. Congratulations.
I love that. Yes. It's like the same, another metaphor is like you see a big elephant in front of you and you say, how am I going to eat this elephant? And you say, a bite at a time, right? Take a little bite at a time. Not that we're going to eat elephants here. We love elephants.
Yes.
That's a metaphor. Okay, Maya, so I would like to wrap up this interview with you here, fantastic interview, with a quote. So what's your favorite quote? How would you like to, end this this meeting?
My favorite quote, and I have a number of them, but my favorite one comes from someone who is filled with awe at everything in life right now. Everything's new to him, and he approaches everything with wide open eyes, and just the quote is, "I'm so excited." And that's from my grandson.
Oh, that's so cute.
Everything is new to him. Everything is wonderful. Everything is exciting. And he loves it. And I love watching that awe for life.
This is amazing. His name is Henry, right? You told me his name is Henry. So, hey, and then Henry is going to be watching this video sometime eventually when he grows up. And he is going to be not only so proud of his granddad experience and life, capacity to overcome this life's roadblock, that he's going to even go beyond, and he's going to be looking back and say, well, I said that when I was 3 years old. Thank you so much, Myles.
Thank you,
I want to tell you, if you need one of us, if you need Myles is a coach as well as I am. If you need one of us, we are available to, assist you and empower you to overcome your roadblocks. So just write down below this video, whatever you find this video at, and get in touch with us, okay? And we are here to help. So thank you, Myles. Thank you that you're watching, and wait for the next video about how to change when you are feeling blocked to hurrah. Namaste.
Thank you.